In this video, we are going to see how we can deploy Node.js application to Amazon AWS EC2 instance with MongoDB. Let's go to our AWS Amazon console. Click on EC2 instance to launch or see. Click on instances and click on launch instances. Now we will name our instance as NSCode backend. Now let's scroll down. We are choosing Amazon Linux, which is free tier eligible, and we will create a new key pair. Let the key pair will be NSCode backend, and I will save this on my desktop. This PIM key is important. Now scroll down and click on this checkboxes, and as we can see, all we are using is free tier eligible. Click on launch instance. Once the instance is launched, we can see it here. Now instance is in running mode, and we have chosen Asia Pacific Mumbai as our zone, but the status check is still initializing, so we'll wait for some time. Till then, let's create our Node.js application. I'll fast forward this for now. Now let's let's see if our instance is in running state, as you can see. And let's scroll down and check. Click on connect, and there you can see SSH. Copy that, open the git bash. Now cd OneDrive and cd desktop. As you remember, our PIM file is on desktop, so we'll simply paste it over here. We'll type yes, and now as you can see, our SSH, like EC2 instance SSH, is connected. Now as our code is ready, we will deploy our code to GitHub. Click on bash. Now simply type git init, press enter. Now let's create a GitHub repo. Open this, click on new repository, name it something like NSCode server code is available. Yeah, click on create repository. Now we'll just need this, we'll copy it here. Before that, let's try to add one .getignore file, and inside that we will add node modules, because we don't need node modules in our server. Git remove add. Now git status. As you can see, node modules is still coming, so we will simply add each and every file step by step. Git add, and then I'll try to make it all. I don't think it will work. Let's try. No, it won't work. So for now, let's add git add app.js package.json routes and package.log.json, and we have this thing models presenter. If you see its status, now we have these things in green. We'll add getignore to getignore presenter. If you see git status, let's add git commit -m added the changes of server API. Git push. Now we'll have to copy this and then push to the origin master. Git push is now working. Now we will we'll refresh this. As you can see, our code is there in our repository. ls-lrt, we don't have anything in this here. Now let's start our main basic structure. So first of all, we'll install sudo yum update -y presenter. That is complete. Now curl --silent --location https://rpm.nodesource.com/setup_16.x. So this is basically for installing Node.js in our instance. So press enter. So once it's complete, we'll install the Node.js on our EC2 instance. As you can see, it's completed. Now let's write the command sudo yum install -y Node.js. So now, as you can see, Node.js is started installing and it is completed. Now if you want to see the node version, write node -- version at 16.20.2. you can also check NPM version, which is our 8.19.4. now let's go to the another step, which is MongoDB. So we'll install the MongoDB now on our EC2 instance. So go to the MongoDB docs, create this file with the name like this, sudo vim vi, and paste it over here. Press enter. Now we'll have to add this code inside our file. Just copy this and paste it over here. Press escape :wq not, which means the data which we entered in our file is now saved. So run sudo yum install -y mongodb-org press enter. Now this will install the MongoDB on our EC2 instance. Once it is completed, we will be able to see MongoDB running on our EC2 instance. Yeah, it's done. Now let's run sudo systemctl start MongoD. This will start our MongoDB services, and you can enable the MongoDB services. If you want to check the status, you will see that it is active and running and enabled, which means our MongoDB is started on our EC2 server or EC2 instance. Now write sudo nano etc/mongodb.conf. So here we'll change the bind IP to 0.0.0 because we want it to be available on IPv4 addresses. Now press Ctrl O and then enter and Ctrl X. Now this change is done. Write sudo install or sudo yum install git because we need to clone our code in our EC2 instance. So once the installation is done, we'll simply copy our GitHub link and write git clone and paste the URL. Press enter. As our code is now installed, like clone in our EC2 instance, type ls-lrt. You can see we have our code in NSCode server code. Type run npm install, so the node modules which is required will be get installed. Now if I do this thing like sudo npm install -g PM2, that is process manager we are installing. Press enter, and then once it is completed, we can simply run PM2 start app.js because app.js is our starting point, so we'll be using app.js and write PM2 startup. As you can see, our service status is now online and it's working fine. Now click on the instances, go to the instance ID. Now scroll down, go to the security tab, click on the security group. Now scroll down, click on inbound links, add rule, custom TCP, make it 3000 because our API is working on 3000 port, make it 0000. Add one more rule for this is for MongoDB. So our MongoDB this port is 27017 and it should be bind to 0000 and save rules. Now this is now available. If you see, click on instances, click on instance ID and this public IPv4 if we open and remove the HTTPS because we have not SSL installed now, and :3000, you can see our APIs is working fine on the server, which is basically our EC2 instance. Let's go to Postman and try to check our other APIs. Okay, first post/API/user. So we will try to add a user. First we'll add email or email :John or whatever, John@example.com, comma, name as John Doe, comma, phone number :727272. For now I'm just adding a random number. Click on send. As you can see, our user is created in MongoDB. Now change and add some more. Let's add NS code and change the number to 74. Send. Now one more is created. Let's add one more. Test with test and the number change to 5. Press send. Now this is also created. Now let's check if the gate is working proper. per user. So we'll add users, click on set. As you can see, we are getting all our user. If you copy this URL and hit on the browser, then also you will be getting the same results. As you can see, all the data is there. And now if you want to connect to MongoDB Compass, you will just have to change this local host with our IP, public IP, and click on connect. As you can see, we have everything, and user NSCodeDB is there, and whatever the data that we have created is already present over here. So thank you for watching our NS Code video. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel.